Hey, I'm Cole Chaney, and I'm here with Press Room Recordings today in Ironton, Ohio, right across from where I'm from, Ashland, Kentucky. This first song we'll be playing for y'all today is called Back to Kentucky, and I wrote this about whenever I was welding heat exchangers up in Hartford, Wisconsin for a couple months, and it was the first time I'd been away from home for that long, and that was kind of when I decided that that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do anymore, and if I was going to be away from home, it was going to be doing something I wanted to do. So that's where this song came from, and it's called Back to Kentucky. Lost and lonesome, the crowds walk by as he stands still. Hey, mountain boy, up in the flatlands, this is his darling back in the hills. Not a word as they're passing, not a sign there's anyone home, just making steps towards the next one. All the while time keeps ticking on. Take me back to Kentucky. Let me sleep in her loving arms. Let me watch that fading ridge line. Let me die where I was born. Damn cold for holy blue jeans. It's too damn cold in my bed. But in my dreams, you're right next to me. But I wake up feeling frigid and dead. So take me back to Kentucky. Let me sleep in her loving arms. Let me watch that fading ridge line. Let me die where I was born. out on the front porch. I'll fade out with the sun. Take me back to Kentucky. Let me sleep in her loving arms. Let me watch that fading ridge line. Let me die where I was born. Let me die where I was born. I started learning how to play, like, you know, the country bluegrass type stuff probably when I was like 15, 16 years old. What really got me started on it was Sunday Best, Nick Jamerson, and man, I just followed them super heavy, and they seemed like somebody that was, you know, like reachable to me, because they weren't, you know, these super celebrities. That, you know, they felt kind of small time. And I thought, you know, they deserved to be super celebrities. And, you know, I loved their music. And, you know, I started just kind of learning how to play that kind of stuff. And obviously, you know, Tyler Childers came around, and huge inspiration of mine. Tyler's awesome. You know, Sturgill Simpson, obviously Nick Jamerson. And, you know, it's just kind of a compilation of all those sounds. I probably started really taking it serious whenever I turned 18, 19 years old, because that's, you know, I graduated high school, went straight into welding school, graduated welding school, and started working. And, you know, I was working a lot of like 712s on the road, and you get burned out quick doing that. And if that's not something you love doing, then it's easy to lose motivation. And I knew that I was burning out, and I was kind of scrambling to try to find something else. And it kind of fell into my lap, you know. I was like, well, I mean, why don't you just do this? Like, at least give it a run for its money. You know, you're 19 years old, you got all the time in the world. And, you know, I'm getting ready to turn 21 this year, so here we are. So this next one I'm gonna play for y'all is one that I wrote off of true stories that were passed down to me from my papa Chuck, about whenever he used to work in the coal mines with his dad in Johnson County, Kentucky. And he was about 17 years old when he was doing this, which was too young to be working in the mines. He had to be 18. But they were a very impoverished family at this time, and, you know, they were living in a pretty rundown house. It was him, his 5 brothers, his 2 sisters, and his parents, all living in one house. And you know, he would tell me about when he would be sleeping upstairs in his room in the wintertime, that the snow would literally be blowing in on his covers. So, you know, they were in a pretty rough spot. So him and his oldest brother, James, they started working together in the mines. And his job was to shoot the coal. And for those of you that might not know what that is, that's so basically that, you know, they have their coal room, and usually that's about 3 or 4 foot tall. It wasn't very tall. You had to pretty much crawl around in it. And so they would go around this room and drill holes all the way around it, deep holes, and they would drop sticks of dynamite down these holes and stagger the lengths of the fuses so that they could light them with a torch one by one on the way out of the room. They'd go around the room, light all those fuses, and then run out of the mine. And you know, that was a pretty dangerous job, and there's a lot of young men that died doing that job. You know, and whenever I think about stuff like that, I'm just very grateful that I'm even here, because one wrong move and, you know, I could not be here. So that's what this song's about, and it's called Coal Shooter. in a Johnson County holler where the mining company bloomed. He lived in a house with all 5 brothers, his dearest sisters too. The summer heat was as bad as the mug that the humid air did brew. In the winter the snow just blowed on in through holes in the wall you could throw a dog through. As an able-bodied boy, he lied about his age to help his father break away from the rattle of a poor man's ball and chain. They made him shoot their coal. He was grateful at the time, but there was many a boy that had done the same and had never come out alive. You better run, Cole, shooter, run. Run away as fast as you can. And when you get to the end of the tunnel, just keep on running, my friend. 'Cause this ain't no kind of life that a young man should live. If you can run faster than gunpowder burns, you might see the light again. They were biting down on blasting caps, just doing like Daddy asked. Even though they knew that the next bite down could surely be their last. You ain't got no time to be scared, no. With dynamite in your hand, don't hesitate, boy, 'cause if you slip up, son, you're as good as dead. You better run, Cole, shooter, run. Run away as fast as you can. And when you get to the end of the tunnel, just keep on running, my friend. 'Cause this ain't no kind of life that a young man should live. If you can run faster than gunpowder burns, you might see the light again. Set him deep into the mine where a boy can't see the light of day. Guided by the lamp on his head in the dark, he begins to pray that the fuses are all cut right and that a stray spark don't take light. Prays that he won't die in this mine. He hates the thought Mama cried. You better run, Cole, shooter, run. Run away as fast as you can. And when you get to the end of the tunnel, just keep on running, my friend. 'Cause this ain't no kind of life that a young man should live. If you can run faster than gunpowder burns, you might see the light again. You might see the light again. I wish that I didn't have to categorize it, but if I had to, I mean, I'm sure they'd call it Americana. But again, back to Tyler Childers, I agree with what he said on Americana and a part of nothing. Yeah, I think that's just an excuse to keep country music, the Nashville country music on, still in the mainstream. I guess you'd call it country, bluegrass type, roots music maybe. I don't know. I can't ever just sit down and tell you like how I write a song, because they all come in different ways. A lot of times the guitar part comes first for me, because I'm a very guitar heavy person. I love heavy guitar music. I love the instrument itself. I think it sounds great, and so I always have a guitar in my hands. So I just put all kinds of guitar melodies down, and then I'll have all kinds of like ideas for songs in my head or written down, and I just kind of mess around with hooks and stuff until I find something I like, and then just build off that. Me and Arthur Hancock, the original singer of the Wooks, one of my favorite bluegrass bands. Me and him wrote this song together, and it's about your come to Jesus moment, I guess. That moment when it seems like all is lost and you really don't have any other choice but to just kind of shut up and listen. And that's what this song's about. It's called Humble Enough to Hear.
Coyotes howl through my mind to climb off of this hill, finding my way through this time at the end of my will. Peace entwined into rhyme, better than the pills. These things, they shine like golden times, the cheapest kind of thrills. Lord, it's getting awful dark. Help me find my way out of my heart. Finally got down to the bottom of all the things I fear. Humble enough to hear. Humble enough to hear. Gutter crawl to stand tall and wish it was clear. Myself I've put above them all, corks inside my ears. Between them all, tempered flaw, always living near. Step to the edge and hope to fall. Show me that you're here. Thou shalt not tempt the Lord. What the hell am I here for? Finally got down to the bottom of all the things I fear. Humble enough to hear. Humble enough to hear. Finally got down to the bottom of all the things I fear. Humble enough to hear.
So we've been in the studio since August of 2020, recording this record that we're fixing to put out in the next month or so. It's going to be titled Mercy. By the time this comes out, you're going to get the absolute best that I could do at the time. You know, with the resources I have, which aren't a whole lot, but you know, I've met a lot of people that were willing to help me out. Arthur Hancock, Chris Schaus, mainly. Those two guys have been amazing. Chris Schaus is the man, and Arthur is like that. He knows everybody, and they've just helped me so much. But when you hear this, it'll be the best that I could have done, and you know, I'm all right with that. If all goes to plan, this will be the first single we release off the record, probably the only single we release. But I wrote this song about an arm of Del Hollow Lake called Ill Will Creek, and I always thought that was the coolest name, and songwriters have a very active imagination, and so, you know, the wheel started turning and kind of made up a backstory for it and wrote a song about it.
Goes down and the holler turns to black. See the water boil, hear the mountains laugh. There's a place where earth and the underworld do meet. Find whatever you seek at the head of Ill Will Creek. Well, the hills have eyes and the trees have listening ears. The willows hang low like a curtain, hide your fear. Smoother than glass, so clear you can see the bones. You keep your body, and he keeps your soul. Well, don't go floating down old it will. The price you pay is the soul you spend. You won't leave till you make a deal, son. Don't you know there's a devil in these hills? Many young men lost beneath this ridge, but the siren song is one no man can resist. Well, you can fight and claw to keep your earthly ways. The struggle in vain, you'll drown all the same. Well, don't go floating down on it, well, the price you pay is the soul you spend. No one leaves till they make a deal, son. Don't you know there's a devil in these hills? But you know what they say about legends and verse. You can't put much stock in mortal men's words. Well, don't go floating down old it will. The price you pay is the soul you spend.
Thank you, guys.